everybody. All right. If this is your first time looking at me, my name is Mel. You're going to have to ignore the ink and glue stuff that I've got in my hands. I've been working and it just occurred to me I should sit down and I should do some taping, do a video. I haven't done one in a while. For those of you, if it's your first time here, don't worry about what I'm about to say. You can just don't listen right now, okay? This is your first time here. If it's not your first time here, then you will have noticed there's a little bit of a change to the channel name. So, I went from Just Let Me Be Crafty to Creative Play with Mel. So, hi everybody. I'm Mel. And we're going to creatively play. Okay. Anyway, here's what's going on. I love crafting, love my junk journaling. As you can see, I've kind of got stuff everywhere and I've been working. So, and I'll show you in just a second what it is I'm working on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And what it is that 10. You know what? Let's say that now. What it is that I'm doing here. But anyway, I love my journaling and my crafting. And it's not that I don't want to do those things, because I do. And I will be doing those on my channel. I will be doing some of that on, but there's all kinds of other things I just love to do. So I thought I would, instead of kind of narrowing it into craft to just crafting, because I do gel printing, I do acrylics and watercolor and paper dyeing and book binding. I mean, I love doing stuff and I love learning to do stuff. And that's one of the things I would like to do on my channel too, is whenever I'm learning to do something new, I would love to take everybody along with me to do it. So what am I doing right now? I'm fixing to finish putting together. I made these. My husband, let me back up. I ramble. Sorry. If you don't like rambling, just mute and watch, I guess. Pretend you can do one of those games where you're pretending what I'm saying based on what you see me doing. My husband is a substance abuse counselor. And where he works, I like to, for the clients there, I like to sometimes make little things for them for the holidays. And usually what I make are little journals of some sort, or bookmarks. But I also send, like, I do Zentangle drawing and stuff, and I like to send things for them to color. I like to draw things for them to color. Anyway, but this right here is what I'm doing for Valentine's Day, is some of these for the females, and then I've got some bookmarks that I'm going to send for the males or anyone that doesn't want one of these. And it's just a little journal made out of an envelope. See? And it's just a little writing journal with a few pages in it for while they're there. They can write down things that they need to do or things that they want to do themselves. And then I put a few little stickers in there for them if they want to, decorate their journal. And that's what that is. So I have to do the next one. And what was it? If I can remember what I did. I think it was, no, I don't remember. Oh, let me grab one of the others. Okay. So my plan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's almost, it's 5 1/4. So let me bring it down to, that's going to be too much. 4 1/2 is too much. Let's do 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3. No, 4 3/4. Okay. 4 3/4 is what I want. Anyway, this is how tall I'm making it. Is 4 3/4. And I'll show y'all how I'm getting that And these are just dyed papers that I've made. And they're not necessarily all the same, except that I do want these holes in some of them. I do want them there, but I want them on the other end. Yeah, I want them on the outside end. Okay. Anyway, so they're not, they're not all the same size. Definitely not all the same color and same type of paper. Anyway, so let me do this. It's here, so I want it right here. And I will, at some point, because I want to make these that aren't so, holiday related. I think those would sell really well. My goal is to eventually, be able to do some local craft shows maybe. I'd like to sell things that I make, online. Maybe eventually have a little Etsy shop or something like that. So, I'm going to be working on stuff and doing some different things. Okay, that's the end I want out. So let me put it back down here. All right. So essentially, I need to get things going, and getting my craft channel going is one of the big to-dos on my list this year. My attempt is to, by the end of the year, have at least 60 subscribers. I want to be able to do, if I can get there beforehand, that's phenomenal, but that's my goal. I'm trying not to be unrealistic. And if I can, I want to be able to do lives. So if I can get to that point, I want this on the outside. So let's see. I want here. So let's go 5.5 to 11.5. That'll work. So if I can get that accomplished, that'll be amazing, so that I can do lives. But I will also have, I want to be able to just get on here and play with you guys, create things. And that's most of what my videos are going to be. Just you see me doing here what I'm doing. Like either today or tomorrow. Probably this video will go out Monday. What is today? 15th. It's tomorrow the 16th, 14th. Yeah, tomorrow's the 16th. So this video will hit out Monday the 16th. And my intent is, I'm trying to maybe make another video today that's going to be me kind of, maybe, hopefully, if you can see, straightening this up. And I'll probably, you do come back on and make a couple of masterboards and maybe some other little things with the scraps and stuff I've got, if you can see that way. All right. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. That's right. Okay, so I am just doing a quick bind in with these, and I am actually just stapling them in. And this is how I'm doing it. Okay, I need to come from that side. No, because I don't want that. I want to keep this still. I'm going to take this little crease I made out of here because I've got it in the wrong place. I hope I'm not. I'm probably out of frame, aren't I? That's another thing I gotta get used to, is doing this so that I have everything the way it's supposed to be. Okay, that's gonna work. All right, let's do that there. So let me put this crooked somehow. I don't have it. I have it too wide. That's my problem. I have it too wide. All right, so we're going to have to shave off some of that. Let me just grab. We're going to shave off some of that. We'll shave off about 1/4 of an inch. I'm just going to use my craft knife because I tried doing that small yesterday and it was a pain. Always remember to be careful with your craft knife. Slow and firm. Keep it right up to the edge of your ruler. These Westcott rulers that have the cork on the back, oh my gosh, cannot recommend them enough. Close it when you're done and set it aside. I cannot recommend them enough. That cork keeps it from sliding around and keeps things in place. It's amazing. It's amazing. Amazing. Okay. Now, oh, much better. That's what was throwing me off so bad. Okay. Much more better. And I am not a perfectionist journaler. I like the imperfection. I think the imperfection really shows better how it's handmade. I think it gives things character. And I'm kind of lazy. So, you know, I'm just not that big into it. And I would rather it be a little imperfect and be done, because if I try to make it perfect, I will be here for loving ever. Y'all hear me? Ever. Trying to get things the way they're supposed to be, or the way I think they're supposed to be. And then I just line up, find where I think the middle is, line up my stapler, hopefully right on that line. Good enough. Good enough. Let's see. And then just kind of spread it out as even as I think I can get it. Yay! Yay! Alrighty then. Now close it. Let's get the bone folder, and now we can burnish it. The first couple that I did, I finally figured out that if I burnish them first, before putting it in, I kept coming up with it. It was kind of wonkier than I generally like. At least this way, it's not as wonky. I don't have to worry about trying to fit the bend with the bend and the hooly and the holly and the hoop poop and whatever else there is. All right, so let me do this so that I can actually burnish the papers down better. All right, there we go. Okay, so let's see. What pretty little closure do I want on here? This one. Those pinks don't really go together. That might. Maybe. Oh, this swirly girly one. Ooh. Yeah. How about that one or this one? I really want it a little bigger. But I really like that one. We're going to do that one. Oh, well, if it's not as big as I want it to be. Let me just kind of Shirk up the edges. Someone was, I watched a video the other day, and I honestly, I don't remember who it was. I want to say it was a reel on Facebook, but she was talking about how to get better rounding. Like if you're making something that has rounded edges, like a circle or leaves or hearts, and you're trying to get a better rounding, to use bent scissors. Like, you know how like cuticle scissors have a little bend in them? And I don't have any, so I'm getting me some, and then I'll let you know how it works. We'll test it out together. But it looked on her channel like it worked really, really well on the video she did. Okay, let's see. And I'm just using little Velcro dots to close them up. But I'm actually going to do a video on how I made these little envelope books here. Because I love them. I love these, and I'm going to use, this is going to be I'm going to use it, and I'm going to tweak it to different ways that I like. I pretty much stuck with the original. When I do this, I will tag when I make this video, I will tag whoever I got this from. I can't, because I had to go back and find it. I don't really, honestly, do not remember. All right, so let me put a little glue on here. Whittle it around so that I get some, so I get it spread out pretty good. Oh, close that too tight. There we go. Another little trick I learned from actually a watercolorist. Oh, and I love her. You'll eventually hear more about her and have some of her videos linked too. And I decided to do a watercolor video about, don't wipe glue off, dab it off. That way it leaves less residue, so you are less likely to have glue marks on stuff, because it'll come off on the napkin instead because it's wet. But so one of the things I'm going to be doing, I'm going to do a series where I'm going to be using a book a friend of mine, bless her heart, gave me. I'm going to be altering it into the very first journal I am going to try and sell. So I think that's going to be fun. Can't wait to get that started. And hopefully that'll be started pretty soon. Let's see. Another series I want to do has to do with creating an actual, getting back to what an original junk journal is, and that is, you know, made with mementos, and it's, we're going to do a junk journal history kind of dive, and work on making an actual, when junk journals first started. If I remember correctly, so don't quote me on this because it's probably going to change when I actually do the history thing. If I remember correctly, junk journals were started in the 1800s, I guess. They were a way for girls and ladies who were wanting to keep mementos and things like that. They made their own, and they made them with whatever they had available to them, and they would put all kinds of stuff in it. So we're going to kind of do a dive into history and make an authentic junk journal. I might dabble into, I love doing collage, so we're definitely going to do collages, but there's, as we go along, I'll do other little series of things, you know, things that might take longer than a video or two to actually do. and actually create. I keep closing this. I don't want to close this yet. I'm trying to gather up my little stickers. But so that's what's going on with my channel. And that's what I am trying to do now. And right now I'm just going to stuff this with some stickers, and then I will have all these made, and then I'm going to make some, I'm going to be sending some bookmarks and stuff too. So just some fun stuff for the clients there. You know, it's got to be a rough time for them. And I'm here to tell you, I mean, I'm not been through what they're going through, but that doesn't mean I don't go through stuff and that I'm not going through stuff. And I'm here to tell you, being creative is what got me back to reality, and back to wanting to be, you know, a functioning part of the world again. Moving on. Mine's a grief thing. It's not a substance abuse thing, but it's, you know, what is traumatic for me isn't going to be the same trauma for anyone that is even grieving. You know, even people going through substance abuse addiction, their trauma is no less, is no worse, no better, no heavier a burden than anyone else's trauma. Are there people who go through things that we are just like, I don't know how you survive that compared to what we have gone through? Then yes. But my life experience with trauma is not going to be the same as an abused child's experience with trauma. You know, but that does not make my trauma for me any less, you know, and it does not take away from their trauma. And once we all kind of realize that no matter what somebody's going through, it is not insignificant. And you will hear me talk about my buddy Sarge a lot, who is a vet. And he created a thing that has kind of gone nationwide, and it's called #YouMatter. And he uses creativity as a way to deal with his particular traumas. So it's, find it right here. Mind, I don't know if you can even see that, but mind, body, and spirit. You got to take care of all of them. All right, everybody. Okay. So that's for today. I'm going to finish putting these little stickers in here and finish up the few that I've got left. And then I'm probably going to be back, and we're going to probably do some master boards and other little scrap making to get kind of clear my desk off. And we're just going to do with whatever's on my desk. So I just kind of wanted to jump on, work on these a little bit, and kind of tell you what's going on with my channel and what I'm trying to do moving forward. And I'm hoping this week, excuse me, this weird weather we have had, and I'll be upfront and honest with you, one of the trauma issue things that I deal with is chronic illnesses and chronic pain. And that's another thing, that because they can cause bad depression. So I'm hoping to share a little bit of that with you. But I want to be creative, and I want to play, and I want to share it with people, because I want people to see that no matter what you do and what your creative niche is, it's about you. It is not about anybody else. But I'm here to tell you, if you're looking to do it as a way to break out for just you, don't worry at all what anybody else thinks about what you're doing. If you're looking to maybe start a little business with what you do, don't worry at all what other people, if they like what you're doing. I'm here to tell you that it took me a long time to get to this point, because I was so afraid that nobody was going to like what I was doing. Nobody was going to like the way I did things. There's always going to be a person out there who likes what you're doing. And there's always going to be an audience out there for your style that appreciates the energy and the spirit and the love that you put into the stuff. I mean, to them, that's what makes it beautiful. So anyway, I'll let y'all go now. Y'all have a wonderful afternoon. I may be back later on, maybe back tomorrow, but this video goes out Monday the 16th. And if I can get back to my desk and get started on this stuff when I'm done, I will have another video. But at least this one's going to go out. And sorry it wasn't a little more creative, but like I said, I'm trying to just get a grip on me and what I want to do and put it into words and put it on the tube, on the Y-tube, the Y-tube. I can't talk today, y'all. All right, y'all have a good afternoon, and thank you much.